What is going on, guys? Welcome to the stream, except like you're looking at the picture and it is not showing up. How cool is that? Blackout show. That's what we're going to call that, the old blackout show. But, you know, we're just checking everything out. Everything looks like it's working. Everything appears to be working. And of course it's not. Like that's solid. So, just do a couple things here real quick. But Wednesday Night Wars getting ready to take place here in just a moment, as soon as we can figure out just a couple things. Go ahead and flip that on real quick. Might have to even restart this, so we'll see what's going on. What is going on, Logan Windsor? Welcome to the show. Vipiro, welcome. What is up, brother? Eagle Star, what is happening? You know, there's always got to be updates, you know what I mean? There's always got to be little things that are going on. And I was really hoping that last, little thing would have fixed it. Let's see. And of course that didn't work, so let's try it again. Let's try one more little thing. Let's do that. Let's close that out. Bada. Come over here real quick. Run back over. Try it one more time. Of course, it's not working. Very solid. Very solid. Let's try this and see. Of course. Why wouldn't it be that? Why wouldn't it be that? But regardless of whatever it is, finally, we are back. So let's get this show on the road. Now, a lot of great matches tonight. You guys know that the Wednesday Night Wars are what they are. They do what they do. So the cool thing about all of that is we have, and I tested it, the return of the table four-way elimination match. Other than that, we are going to have all the Universal titles on the line. TCW wrestlers will be facing off against the WWE, WCW, ECW wrestlers. And it's a big deal. Like, we have dominated, the TCW absolutely dominated in the past, but these last couple times they have not been dominating. So you guys know how it goes. We're going to start off right away with the tiebreaker match. So as we move through this, we'll see who wins the titles, who does what, and who does how. But it always starts out with the first match. Don't know what that first match is going to be, but Jade Cargill and Charlotte Flair representing the WWE, WCW, and ECW wrestling. Always one of the most impressive entrances is Jade Cargill.
The following contest is a fatal four-way tables match. Making her way to the ring from Orlando, Florida, Jade Cargill.
So Jade Cargill, when we were going through the stuff, elected to sign with the WCW instead of the WWE, wrestled for the WCW throughout its duration, had some injury problems, had some other things, but when moving to the TCW, she elected not to restart her contract, but go back and sign with the WWE. So seeing her for the first time here tonight, but now representing the WWE. Will she be able to play a role here tonight in this match and help the WWE get the tiebreaker match going in their direction right off the bat? Now, the only thing I don't like is the announcer announced it as a fatal four-way where it should really be a four-way table elimination match. So we're going to see really quick what person goes through the table. We just got done testing
and her opponents. First, from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair.
And Charlotte Flair was playing a large role a couple seasons ago in the Universal title division on the side of the Divas, winning the Universal Diva title, I believe, 2 different times. But now here tonight, kind of getting her way back into the ring, kind of getting things situated and trying to kind of build herself back up, get back on a roll, and we might see her in the Universal World Division moving forward. Just something that we definitely want to keep an eye on. And what is going on to the Bay of Iffy? What is going on, Miguel? Welcome to the stream, brother. And everybody out in the Bay of Iffy, welcome to the stream. So no shortage of dramatic entrances with the first 2 ladies coming out to the ring. And it's not like it's going to get any better moving forward. So both WWE competitors now in the ring, but now we should be seeing the entrance of Crimson.
And from your darkest fears, the Monster Crimson!
So Crimson, an absolutely iconic character in our universe mode, making her way out down to the ring. And speaking of iconic characters and iconic ideas, most of you out there that are involved know how it works. You know how you get better. There are 4 distinct categories. Everybody starts at the same thing. And then when you win titles, you get bonus points. As you lose those titles, some of the residual points stay behind. So, for instance, the TCW Tag Team title gives you a 5-point boost to those 4 categories. When you lose it, you retain 1 residual point up to a maximum of 20 points. That's how you get better, by winning titles in the league. The other thing that we just reinstated today and made sure everybody's stats are the way that they should be is now for every season you were in the TCW, you get 1 residual point. Again, maxed out at 20, not 20 and 20, but all the categories maxed out at 20.
Seasonal residencies, the Extreme Van Ellis Lady.
So what that's going to effectively do, the longer you're in the TCW, even regardless of some of the titles you won, because look, we have completed 6 seasons, so there are some wrestlers out there getting 6 residual points to those 4 categories. So that adds up over time And that is also why being a newcomer coming into the TCW, it's hard to get your start, just like it would be in real wrestling. It's not like a Totes McGotes rolled into wrestling and all of a sudden he's better than Steve Austin. No, Steve Austin had to put in the work, had to do the thing. So just another way to grow your character. So the longer you're here, the longer you're involved, the better your character gets. What's going on? Raymond Jones, welcome to the stream. And it's funny because this is one of those matches where nobody is given any order. You would think that the TCW wrestlers would be working with themselves. The WWE wrestlers would be working with themselves, but that is not necessarily the case. At the end of the day, they all realize there can be only one winner. And this is like a showcase for these ladies, for the men. And we rotate a men and a women's every other time. But this is like a showcase up in the Universal division. So kind of a big deal right now for Jade Cargill, who hasn't been super involved in the Universal title shot. Kind of a big deal for Vanessa Levey, who also not really involved in the Universal title picture. Kind of relatively a newcomer, both Jade Cargill and Jade Cargill and Vanessa Levey. So, and going up against, again, an absolute iconic wrestler for the TCW and an absolute iconic wrestler for the WWE. So a couple of icons in the ring right now. And a couple people newer to the universe. So really big deal moving forward. Right now, these ladies paired up against their own promotions right now. But like I said, I don't think they care the way it goes. Every one of these ladies really want to showcase why they deserve maybe the next title shot. Maybe they deserve the next Universal Divas title shot, the Universal Women's World title shot, or maybe even in the tag team division. So, and you can see Crimson, the largest female wrestler in any of the organizations that are out there. And this is one of the few times, too, this particular show, the Wednesday Night Wars, where you're going to see a Charlotte Flair or a Jade Cargill. Other than that, you're pretty much only seeing, except on maybe a rare occasion, but you're only really seeing the created wrestlers, the folks that are in the chat right now. And two, moving forward, really looking at the subscriber-only chat. So you will be a subscriber chatting in there, and it kind of dials me in for those people that are asking, hey, can I be a part of the thing? One of the big things is you have got to be a subscriber to the channel to even be a part of it. Now, we've got 98 wrestlers. 98 wrestlers. So too many wrestlers going on right now and too many wrestlers out there. You guys hold on 1 second.
Cargill has been eliminated.
Well,
The winner, the Extreme Van Alice Lady.
and back in just the nick of time, trying to watch what was going on. But that is also part of being a realtor. Sometimes you got to take that call, and that is exactly what we did right there. But Vanessa Levey, you know, it coming down between Vanessa and Crimson. And Vanessa finding a way to get, and it looked like there for a second she was going to get thrown through that table, but then finding a way to get past it. Absolutely amazing on her part. But what that does mean is right now, the TCW up to a better start this week and now up kind of 1-0 in that tiebreaker match. Now, we went back through and I was looking through a lot of stuff to figure out like the who's and the whys and like maybe why the GMs of these particular shows would be picking who they're picking. But you go and you look at who Totes has defended these title belts against. He's defended against Dominic Mysterio, Sting, Bret Hart, Goldberg, Hogan, Shawn Michaels, John
The following
Cena, Cody
contest
Rhodes.
is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal $1 Million Championship.
Jey Uso, The Rock, and CM Punk. So, hasn't fought against Triple H. We haven't seen Triple H a lot, even at the Universal level, but we are going to get a chance to see him here tonight. But going back to that last match, you think about what is that going to mean for Vanessa. Vanessa winning the TCW United States Championship when she first got into the TCW, and now kind of taking that next step. She kind of backed off a little bit and now looking like she's going to take that next step. And normally you would need to win like a world title or something of that nature, or a United States title. So she has done that. Even though it's been a minute now, she's going to be stepping in, it looks like, into maybe a Universal title shot somewhere at some point. Triple H now making his way down to the ring. What is going on? What is going on, Andre? Welcome to the stream. And you want to talk about just a classic entrance, Triple H making his way down to the ring right now. Water bottle and all. Stephanie McMahon over in his corner. Stephanie McMahon, again, the GM of the WWE, the GM of, or the opposing GM to what we were doing. So obviously the champion's in the ring, and then the opposing GM will pick the person who it's going to be from their promotion to go up and try to get that title belt back in their promotion. Totes been holding on to it for quite some time. Defended it Monday night, and now looking to defend it again. Jay Savage, though, we have seen him quite a big night last night, and then when you look at the win-loss record so far in 2K25 in Season 7, 12-2. Now, we don't always get to see the matches, but the matches still count. So we talk about it a lot. So if you're wondering, how did Jay Savage get the Universal World title shot tonight against Steve Austin? Well, that's how. 12-2, that'll do it. And he played quite a large role. So it looks like the GM of the TCW trying to reward a guy that's kind of been on fire right now, and as of late really putting some stuff and putting some things in play, trying to get that world title back in the TCW.
Introducing the challenger from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 255 pounds, Triple H! And his opponent, from every man's nightmare, weighing in at 258 pounds, the Universal $1 Million Champion, Tonio McGotes.
So Totes McGotes, you know, starting on Monday, all of a sudden looking like he's got a little bit darker of a purpose, a little more focused maybe, and a little more pissed off. But will it be enough to beat the likes of Triple H here tonight? And it's almost to the point, like especially the last 3 seasons, you see the $1 Million title belt. The first name that used to come to mind was Paul the Thing, but Totes has held that belt down for about 3 seasons, losing it briefly, but then getting it back on his second and the second longest run of that title belt's history right now. The first, of course, being Totes McGotes. Now the second also being Totes. But can he add to that streak again here tonight? And whoa! What is going on right here? Some strange things, some strange happenings. It looked like Triple H was going to take Totes right outside the ring. Totes grabbing the rope, though, now getting back inside, and these guys going back and forth, reversing it back around. Totes having Triple H in that headlock. Now Triple H getting them in that wrist lock and really starting to dominate a little bit. You can see the look on Totes' face right there, not going the way he had planned on so far. But we have seen Jay Savage getting involved in quite a few of these matches, quite a few different times, and in quite a few different ways. Will he be involved in this match here tonight? Referee saying, hey, you guys are going to play music, do it on your own time. And again, a little bit slow as it goes, but this time going a lot differently. Totes picking up Triple H in the first strategic rounds there. Triple H kind of getting the upper hand. Triple H getting it right back, but this time Totes getting it and back and forth. These two guys start to go. Guys, remember, while we've got time, if you haven't thought about it, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notification, don't miss any time we go live. Share the video, all that stuff is free. If you have an account, you don't have an account, it is free to get an account and subscribe to the channel. And look at the state of this. Totes might be giving that belt up right now. Whoa, catches the foot, now puts Triple H down on the ground. And Totes trying to get it turned back around right here, going right after the head of Triple H. And you can see both these guys very powerful wrestlers. Triple H, though, kind of having the upper hand most of this match. And you guys are going to see tonight, all the countouts are sitting at 20. So because there's countouts, I gotta say it every time, so there isn't a big shock, but the belts will not change hands on a countout. You can win the match, but it's winning the battle to lose a war. And it's almost like we see once a Wednesday war that this happens. So starting to get fired up, starting to get it maybe turned back around. And we talk about it a lot. You look at a lot of the different wrestlers and what they do and how they do things. A lot of wrestlers talking about they're able to take a wrestler's best shot. Totes has a different style of wrestling where he can take about your 5 best shots. But rolling back in right now, looking like thought he was going to play it up to the crowd, but it looked like he was trying to get after Triple H. Uses the referee as some fodder, uses him as some cover to maintain the upper hand in the match. And now playing those head games with Triple H, making it look like he's doing one thing and then doing another. Now putting Triple H in the Totesification. Will Triple H tap out? He doesn't, and I think Totes sensed that he wasn't going to tap out, lets him back up, trying to maintain, stay in control, but then wants to stand toe-to-toe with him, and both men just giving the other one their best shot, both men taking the other one's best shot. Finally, I think Totes and Triple H are both like, hey, the other guy's best shot is pretty good. Let's stop it right now. And Totes using it to get fired up. Whoa! Picks up the one fist, hits him with the other, now goes up top. Hits him with a big shoulder block, goes to roll him up, but the referee trying to put the padding back on that turnbuckle pad. Triple H has been down an awful long time. And you gotta believe that would have been the match right there. So maybe a mistake on the part right there of the TCW. But trying to get Triple H to tap again. Triple H refusing to tap. You wonder why the guy's a Hall of Famer. You're seeing it right now. Totes now getting fired up. Whoa! Caught him right dirty. Triple H stopping the right hand of Totes. Jay Savage now distracting him, and Totes taking absolute advantage. So maybe the mistake happened. Maybe it didn't happen, but Totes and Savage right back on the same sheet of music now. Triple H still trying to fight through it. Stephanie McMahon not really getting too involved in this match up to this point. Triple H now starting to take advantage. And again, Jay Savage, we've seen it multiple times. Jay Savage creating that opportunity to allow Totes to get back in position to possibly win this match. Now Triple H just trying to get out of the way. TWO doing the thing. And you can see Jay Savage and Totes talking about a little bit of strategy right here as Triple H gets back to his feet. But look at that. Totes thought he was using that as a distraction. Triple H uses it instead, and Triple H now getting the upper hand in this match. Could this be the mistake that leads to Totes losing the belt finally? And it could be. Pedigree incoming. We might have a brand new Universal $1 million champion, but Totes kicking out in 2. What is this? A reverse figure 4. Totes fighting through, hitting Triple H's legs, but not a bad way to go. Not a bad thing to do, attacking the legs of Totes. We have seen Bret Hart use that to his advantage multiple different times. Triple H maybe trying to take a page out of his book. And now what is going on? Rarely do we see Totes do anything like this on the outside, though. Hits him with that big forearm. Totes kind of using a different style offense, and it's like he's determined to get Triple H to tap out. Will Triple H tap out to the Totesification? And Triple H just got Totesified.
Here is your winner, and still the Universal $1 million champion, Tonio McGotes.
You know, it's almost like you look at the list of WWE wrestlers Totes is beating. It's like their Hall of Fame list right now, and some people that will be going in to the Hall of Fame. But Totes, again, maintaining and making the second longest streak now. Number 1 is 11 title defenses right now. That is title defense number 6. But so far, TCW up right now 2-0. And really, a one-on-one match. We just saw a 5-star match. You know, obviously a 4-way table match, pretty typical. But a one-on-one match getting a 4.5-star rating, absolutely epic coming from there. What's going on, JT? Welcome to the show. Now, we've seen a lot of different things. We've seen Bobbi Hart trying to get going. And you know, if we sit down and we talk about the actual title belts that Bobbi Hart has won, it has only ever been 2. And she has won the United States title belt twice. But can she take that next step here tonight?
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal Women's Heritage Championship.
Yeah, when I'm going through the things and I'm looking at stuff, it's just mind-boggling to me. That Bobbi Hart has only held on to a United States title belt, never on to a world title. Never on to any other belt, but, you know, well, no other belt, period. There's no other belt she's ever held, just the United States title belt twice. So, really trying to get it turned back, this turn around, get past the corner, and it's like she'll build up to getting the win, and she'll get on a roll, and all of a sudden she'll get her shot, and then it doesn't happen. She'll get her shot, and then she comes up just short. Now, she's going against a very tough competitor here tonight, but will she be able to beat Trish Stratus? Then on the flip side of that, Trish Stratus in a position, and this is another mind-blowing statistic, but Trish Stratus, if she gets the win right now, she will then own the longest streak with a Women's Universal Diva Championship, the most title defenses in a row. And you couldn't even guess what the number is. You wouldn't even be able to guess what that number is. The number of title defenses, we talk about 11 for this belt and 13 for that belt and 9 for this belt. 2. Nobody has ever defended the belt twice. Charlotte Flair defended it once. Susie Lee defended it once. Jane Cargill defended it one time. Miss Nightmare defended it one time. Trish Stratus has now defended it one time. So if she can get the win here tonight, if she can stop Bobbi Hart from trying to step out from her own destiny, Trish Stratus will set the record for most title defenses with the Women's Diva title.
Introducing the challenger from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, Bobbi Hart. And her opponent from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the Universal Women's Heritage Champion, Trish Stratus.
So Bobbi Hart obviously in the Hart Foundation. And I don't know that she'll be in anybody's group, so. So, Divas title belt on the line right now. Which woman is going to fulfill their destiny here tonight? Will it be Bobbi Hart or will it be Trish Stratus? Bobbi immediately going for that pin. And probably just something to show Trish that, hey, yeah, looks like a powerful wrestler, but being in the Hart Foundation, leading now the Hart Foundation, a very technical wrestler coming from the dungeon. So, will she be able to do what she does? And we've seen some ladies going after Trish Stratus in the past. Trish taking their best shots and then turning the matches back around, getting the victory. And right now, almost the thing that she would also have to do here tonight. I think Bobbi Hart just trying to prove this point where, yeah, she is a powerful wrestler, but also a technical wrestler as both these women go back and forth. And it almost is like Trish Stratus, too, wants to prove it to Bobbi that, hey, I get that you came from the dungeon. I get that your last name is Hart. I get that people think, yeah, it's all power over here, but I also know a thing or two about technical wrestling as well. Now Trish starting to get back up to her feet, but gets back up to her feet, and look, I mean, it's just a matter of back and forth 3 or 4 different times, like who can come up and stop the other one? Who can stay in control and not let the other one have the advantage for too long? And Trish grabbing her again, and this is again, it's like one of those things where you want to prove to the other competitor that you're the one. Some really interesting pairings coming up here tonight, too, from the WWE wrestlers. Cora Jade and Tiffany Stratton didn't even know that they might have been a tag team, but tagging up here tonight, trying to get a win over the Gate Crashers, trying to take those title belts back to the WWE, but I don't know. The Gate Crashers gonna be some hard ones to do. Probably not. Why would Diamond Santos join a faction? if her backstory is her backstory, why would she do it? Doesn't make any sense. Two, Diamond Santos should be able to stand on her own. Like, the way she is set up, that is where her story's going. So, and then one day, maybe she builds up a reputation for herself, and then maybe people want to start following her. She's supposed to be a tough woman, you know what I mean? Now hooks the leg, one, and look at how slow the referee counting right there. So very interesting what is going on. Bobbi Hart now picking her up, and her brand new finisher, 1, 2. But Trish Stratus showing you why she is a WWE Hall of Fame type wrestler. And Bobbi Hart, this is typically what happens, and this is maybe what Trish was trying to set up. Maybe Trish understands this. Well, I mean, we'll have to see. Bobbi Hart now going, hitting her with that shoulder block off the apron. But we have seen Bobbi Hart hit people with her finisher, then kick out, and then her get frustrated and lose sight of what she is doing. Right there, able to stay just a little bit ahead. Stay just a little bit ahead of Trish Stratus. But Trish, looking like this was her plan, looking like she did plan on this, and now trying to use it against Bobbi Hart to get the win and splits Bobbi Hart open. You know, you look at it the entire time, Bobbi Hart really has been the one in control of this match, except for some brief periods. But now getting split open, will that bring Bobbi Hart's focus back in? Will that maybe start to calm her and center her back in to what she is doing? Goes for the pin, 1, 2, 3, and Bobbi Hart continues.
Here is your winner, and new, the Universal Women's Heritage Champion, Bobbi Hart.
Continues not letting that streak get beyond 1. 5 women tied at 1. Trish unable to break the streak, and now Bobbi Hart able to kind of step out, earning a different title besides the United States title belt. Now, what's funny, this is like the United States title belt, but in the Universal division. So, can Bobbi now take this title to another level? We asked it when Trish won it. We asked it when Miss Nightmare won it. Now we're asking again with Bobbi Hart. Can she be the first to not just defend it one time, but defend it more than once? We're definitely going to have to wait and see on that. But before we can get to any of that, we have a crazy tag team match coming our way right now. And you can see these ladies not even coming down right now with each other. Coming down separately still. So, obviously still kind of a new thing to both these women being in this tag team. But have they been training together? Have they been training maybe behind the scenes? And are they going to be a cohesive tag team? Both really great wrestlers. Both up-and-coming wrestlers. But Can they be cohesive together in the ring? Both ladies, big egos. Can they put those egos aside? Because they are taking on, even though they are a new tag team or they are newer to wrestling, they are newer to whatever, the Gatecrashers are still one of the top tag teams in all the land. So you can almost look kind of the same type of an attitude, but coming from completely different ways. So I can see why Stephanie McMahon got these two, put them in a tag team in the hopes to bring home these tag team titles. But right now, the TCW really getting back to their dominating ways and are 3-0, holding now both the belts. Winning back one of the belts, defending one of their belts, and now having to defend the tag team titles right now. So you look at the WWE, they have the men's tag team titles. TCW have the women's. So can they maintain, can the TCW maintain those title belts and then maybe also win back the men's titles? And you can see Serra making her way down to the ring, wanting to dance, wanting to get jiggy with it, but Repentia not, looking very focused as always. Never know where the bloody gumdrop is going to come from. But getting all fired up for the match. Getting ready to throw hands, and then you look at Serra and you're like, oh, maybe this is like one of those kind of things, and you're like, but maybe it's not. Maybe, not really. The WWE wrestlers aren't really a part of our universe either. This is a one show every other week that we put on for the Universal title. Just as kind of a fun thing to do, kind of break up some of the stuff, get to see some of the in-game models.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall.
Because I know your next question.
The Universal Women's World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers. The team up for Jade and Tiffany Stratton. And their opponents, the Universal Women's World Tag Team Champions, the Russian Gladiator, Repentia, and Smooth Operator, Serra, the Gatecrashers.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true, Iffy. They would have to be crazy. I think everybody who's friends with Iffy is a little bit crazy. Present company included. But JT, you got to look at it like this. Last time I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to not answer the questions if we're back out of character. If you set up your character's backstory and you said it was important to say that she's a former or a current mob boss, like I'm saying we don't know which, right? She would not be a follower. She would not want to join everybody. She would want to be a leader. That even right now, like coming into something, she's not established. So who would she trust? You think about that lifestyle. Who would she trust to come in? Who would she trust to lead? Who would she trust to be a part of anything? If that is her backstory. If it's not, then yeah, let's just get her joined up with everybody and she can do whatever. But if that's her backstory, she wouldn't join anybody, and she wouldn't be willing to join anybody right now. She wouldn't be having anybody join her either. She would want to come in and dominate, like so far she's kind of doing. Maybe down the road she develops trust with somebody. Maybe she doesn't. Like, who knows? But if you guys set a backstory, and I'm just trying to help you. If you set a backstory that we're going down, that's the way we're going. We're not going to get involved in everybody else's story. You don't want to do it. Pretty soon we won't even see the wrestler on TV because, like, I'm so confused of what's going on. I can't even book the match. I can't even book her in anything. And she's going to be a great character. I'm excited about it. But you got to play off, if that's your backstory, you got to play off of your own backstory. I am. And it's also funny, I don't even know if you guys realize, I'm shrinking a lot of the groups right now, and people are like, I want my own group. I'm like, no. 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 But right now, Tiffany Stratton, she has seen a lot of success in the WWE. Not really known so much. Both of these ladies known as singles competitors. Trying to make a splash right now in the Universal title picture. So, will they be able to do it? Again, who would she recruit? She doesn't know anybody here. Who would she recruit? You're telling me that a mob member is just going to bring people in and make them do whatever? We haven't even watched a TV show that has done that. Even in the TV shows, they're like, that wouldn't go down that way. You got to go through years of this and years of that. I'm not saying we're going through years of anything. I'm just saying it doesn't make any sense. And I've said it multiple times. It doesn't make sense. She just got here. She's had 2 matches. Who does she trust? Name all the people that she trusts. Look at the state of that. Take 2 feet to the face. Call me in the morning. But it's the same thing. Every time we see somebody, we're like, join their group, join this group. I want to join that group. I want them to join my group. That doesn't make sense. I'm just saying, stop. She should be the badass that she needs to be. Let her be that. And look at this. She got Repentia sitting over there almost. And I thought she was going to try to set it up because you can see Repentia looking over at that corner. Now, granted, she's in the wrong corner, but looking like she wanted to take control of it. Looking like she wanted to go up top and do the thing. And Tiffany, maybe even a little bit confused on what her own game plan was right there, kind of going back and forth. And Tiffany, little tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, getting after the crazy Russian right now. And look at this. We were wondering if they were going to be able to coexist together on the same team, and right now doing the things that it looks like it's going to take to win these title belts. And now it's not Repentia going to the top, but Tiffany Stratton going big. Elbow right down on the chest. Is she going to do it again? Oh, tried to get her for a second time. Went to the well one too many times. And I thought Repentia would be trying to get out, maybe trying to get a double team move going on. But instead, wanting to exact a little bit of revenge for what just happened. The bionic ballerina, I love it. Jeez. That is crazy, especially for everything she's gone through to get back already doing the 7:30. That's crazy. And now Tiffany going up and getting her with a big splash in the corner. And you can start to see Tiffany moving a little bit slower herself. Not moving slow, but starting to move a little bit slower herself. And right off that top rope with the grace of a ballerina. And now the Gatecrashers starting to show you why they have been the Universal Tag Team Champions for as long as they've been. And you know, we talked about other belts not being defended a whole lot. Repentia and Serra have set the bar ×2 in title defenses. Repentia setting up, and it looked like she was getting ready to do something, but Tiffany Stratton eats that, gets her right there, and Rock Road SpaghettiOs. Will she be able to kick out of that, and not only kick out, but kicks out with some authority? But Tiffany has got to watch it, because I am telling you right now, Repentia ready to strike. You know she is waiting for it, and already a 2 count. If she can hit the bloody gumdrop, it might be all over but the crying. And she's going up top. Is she going to try to hit it right here? And she does hit it. And that maneuver takes so much out of not just her opponent, but also so much out of her that it is on another level. Hey, it is okay, JT. I'm just trying to help you out. And there it is, another slam. I'm trying to save you months of like, why won't Totes do this or do that? If you would have came in and said, hey, Diamond Santos is a weak character that likes to follow everybody, and don't get me wrong, we've got those characters. I would have had a large group approach her, bring her into the group, and take advantage of her. You know what I mean? Seriously. But that's not her backstory. So I'm just saying, man, play off her backstory. Do the things. I'm not mad about any of it. I read it, and I'm like, man, you're going to go down the wrong road. And I'm not going to pay attention to it. Like, I won't do it. And I don't want you to get frustrated by why I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Oh, Serra going for the 2 knees. Tiffany Stratton kind of bringing her in on that one. Tiffany now big back elbow. And we talk about it where you look at Repentia, you look at Serra, and you would think that Serra maybe, you know, wouldn't be the high flyer just because of the height, but Serra absolutely now known from this day forward as the Bionic Ballerina, but loves taking it off the top rope. And every time, here's her finishing move. Go, 1, 2. And Tiffany able to kick out in 2. Tiffany Stratton has taken the Gatecrashers' best shots and still able to kick out in 2. Serra even was like, what? Now, Serra kind of playing it smart, and really they're playing it smart over on the other side as well. Serra, probably the most rested, and Cora Jade, the most rested for the 2 teams. But that means right now, Tiffany Stratton has got to find a way to get her out. And it looks like that is their finisher. 2. And the Gatecrashers will retain the Universal Women's Tag Team Champions.
Here are your winners, and still the Universal Women's World Tag Team Champions, the Russian Gladiator, Repentia, and Smooth Operator, Serra, the Game Crashers.
So absolutely crazy, doing the stuff that they need to do to get the win, and that win right there seals the deal for the TCW as far as them winning this episode of the Monday Night Wars. Now, even though it's 4-0 right now, there is still a lot of things on the line. There are still 3 title belts on the line right now. So, even though they may not win the episode, they are still looking to retain 2 of those title belts. Well, actually, all 3 of the title belts right now. TCW going after all 3 title belts that are owned by the WWE. So, big stuff, big business still yet to be done here in this episode. And you look at the early success of the Wolfpack. Wolfpack holding on to the TCW World Championship and the TCW Special Series 8-man title belts. It is no wonder why they are getting their shot here tonight at the Universal Tag Team title belts. There's a lot of great teams that could have got this shot here tonight, but Jakai probably pulling some strings as the world champion to get the Wolfpack in position to be in the hunt for the Universal Tag Team title belts. So we know also a former TCW world champion in Angel as one of the members of the tag team, and then you've seen him here in the chat tonight, Raymond Jones, making up the other half of the tag team. Now, kind of an unlikely tag team in Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, but those 2 able to win and beat, again, one of the greater teams from the corporate syndicate by Piro and Zach Hamilton to grab those belts. But can the TCW tonight, with this team, step up and win back the title belts? TCW trying to make it a clean sweep here tonight. And it's funny, even though these guys, members of the bloodline, even though Roman Reigns coming out showing his support for a newer branch of the bloodline, these guys still coming out individually. And so that's another thing that I don't know if that is to get into the other heads or the other team's heads. Like, oh, maybe these guys aren't on the same page, or maybe these guys are so pumped up they can't come out together. They got to come out individually just to maintain control. I can see it going either way. I can see where you would be psyched out because they came out together or because they came out as individuals. But we just saw it on the reverse side. Gatecrashers handling their business there. Will the Wolfpack and the TCW be able to handle their business in this match? The double axle. I like it. Yeah, it's funny. You go through the moves and you see the stuff, and I saw that one. I'm like, yeah, I think that's their move right there. So you see Solo coming out, like, and for the most part, he maintains it going down, right? And then he loses it in the ring. Jacob Fatu not even playing around. He's like, hey, let me just go ahead and start losing it right off the bat. Can't even contain it. And this is one of those things where did the Vipers end up losing the belt? You see the size of these guys. And it's not that the Vipers haven't fought bigger guys before, but then when you fight the bigger guys and they have this intensity, not just one, but both of them have this intensity, it's hard for that team to overcome. But they're not facing a team the size of the Vipers tonight. Now they're facing the Wolfpack. Both of them, you've got a larger heavyweight and a lighter heavyweight, both of them in the ring right now. So it'll be interesting. Obviously, Angel more probably lined up with the Solo Sikoa. Raymond Jones more lined up with the Jacob Fatu. Will they try to play it out that way? Or will maybe the other team try to keep it on the opposite and try to maybe isolate one of the guys in the ring?
The following is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Universal World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 513 pounds. The Pro Wrestling Underground Tag Team Champions, Angel and Raymond Jones. And their opponents, at a combined weight of 535 pounds, the Universal World Tag Team Champions, Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, the Bloodline.
I'm really glad that the four-way table matches, elimination matches, are back. One of my favorite matches, so good to see that back here tonight. But look at the state of these belts. Those belts, the Universal Tag Team title belts on the line right now. So it looks like both teams kind of have the same idea that we talked about while these teams were coming out, where Angel maybe trying to match up with Solo Sikoa. So you look at the two smaller guys, Solo probably's got the advantage size-wise. You look at the two bigger guys, Raymond Jones probably has the advantage that way. Now will sorry, I gotta get that move away from him. Will Jakai or will Roman Reigns play any kind of role here tonight? Will they be distracting in any kind of way? Will they find a spot to give their team maybe an advantage that will get the match turned around at a key moment in time? Or will they just be here looking on? But right now the Bloodline's showing you why they were able to win. And now Raymond Jones and Jacob Fatu trying to dominate the ring and show them why he is who he is and why they are the Universal Champions. Oh, goes the other way. Thought Raymond was going to get a shot at kind of recovering, getting back to his feet, kind of getting his senses back and wrapped around, but unable to do that. And now whipping him over into the corner. So again, Jacob Fatu really kind of a dominating force inside here. It was a little bit more back and forth with Solo Sikoa being in there, but now not quite doing the same thing. Yeah, me too. I've been jonesing for that carnage as well. One. And it looks like the referee counting a little bit slow right there, wondering if Jakai had something to do with that. But you can look at both of these guys in very, very similar movesets. Jones taking about 16 of their best shots and now able to get Angel tagged back into the match. Angel really needing to use his speed against the Bloodline, but as of right now, the Wolfpack kind of getting dominated, really needing to find a spot to get some things turned back around. And if I was them, I would not be worried about slowing down a pace. I would be picking up the pace, not trying to maneuver them into some position. I would be trying to do as many slams. I'd be letting the hands go, be letting the feet go. He keeps stepping back. And you can see where they start to have that success. They start to have it when they start letting the hands go. And I would not follow him outside the ring now. Worked out for him there, but almost did not. Guys, while we got a chance, remember, drop the like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification. Don't miss any time we go live. Share the video. Probably the best thing we can do. You know, it's crazy. Had over 12,000 views last month. But, or should I say, and 91% of those views were new viewers coming in. So that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Great for growth, but you gotta wonder why they didn't do it. And look at that, Angel taking a book from taking a sheet from the Alpha Wolf's book and hitting them with a cutter. Now whipping Solo into the corner. Are we gonna start seeing? Whoa! I thought we were seeing. We saw a phantom tag right there, and then it looked like he changed his mind. Solo now getting it kind of turned back around, blocking him from getting in and getting Raymond Jones into the match. Applying that bear hug, really wrenching on the lower back, but Angel able to fight and fight through it. Clap on, clap off, the ear clapper. And Angel now trying to get Jones tagged into this match. So while it looked like they tried to do what they could do, oh, look at this. Win it any means. Referee didn't see it. Solo saw it for sure. Whips him back into the corner, and this is the kind of thing the Wolfpack has got to do right here. These are the kind of things. They need some quick tags in and out. They need some double team actions happening left and right. Nice. I hope you enjoyed the cruise. We just got back from the cruise a little while ago. And Rob Rose SpaghettiOs. I was going to say we might have new tag team champions, but Jacob Fatu not only breaking up the count, but now Roman Reigns and Angel talking about it, but Jacob Fatu knocking the referee out for a little bit. Solo now going to take advantage. So we wondered if there would be a spot that Roman Reigns would interject himself into a match and give his team the advantage, and that's exactly what happened. Angel now getting fired up, And I thought he was going to get out of the way, did not get out of the way. But Solo continues to fight back, and it's that headbutt maneuver right there that has really been kind of playing itself up and keeping this match in favor of the Bloodline. What? He went for a big elbow, but Jacob Fatu cut him right up underneath the chin. And I thought that was going to be the match right there. Caught him mid-air under the chin and almost knocked him out, but Angel able to recover in time, kicking out in one. Now fighting back. Fatu fighting back, and both men fighting their own way. And Angel really starting to come through, kind of showing you that, yeah, he is a former world champion in the TCW, using that experience in this match right now. And I think it really helps, too, paying off for Raymond Jones as well. One of those things where you see Rebecca kind of benefiting from Ozzy's experience. I think Raymond probably benefiting a little bit too from Angel's experience. And right there, that move gets out of the way and gets Raymond tagged in to this match. So right here, Ray really needing right there to kind of start dictating the match. And they got to fix that. Like, that should be an absolute advantage for Ray right there, not the other way around. And look at the pure power, but Angel trying to break it up, trying to give Ray a chance to get back to his feet. And Jacob starting to move a little bit slower. Raymond now getting back to his feet as well. Is he going to get Angel? No. Oh, and it looked like Solo was going for something. Raymond, though, able to get Angel back in. And the lamest move that the game has ever seen besides the Vulcan Death Grip. And Ruh-Roh SpaghettiOs, but Angel not going for it. Able to get it turned back around. And that could have been all over right there, but Angel unable to decide which way Solo needs to sit there. Finally, little forearm to forearm action, and here we go. Don't turn your back on the Wolfpack, hooks the leg. And you gotta wonder, is the referee, like I thought he might have been on the Wolfpack's payroll, but it looks more like he's on the Bloodline's payroll, taking him. I think he took a cruise as well, not just JT, but I think the referee took a cruise and took the long way home. Eagles wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Here it goes. Take the long way home. Raymond starting to feel it, calling the strength of three wolves, and runs right into Solo Sikoa, but Solo fighting back through now as well. And Solo, like you look at both these guys, all four of these guys, really, all of them starting to move much, much slower, and you wonder how much do these guys have left. Ray now trying to get back on his feet, but at what cost? At this cost right here, going through the ropes and a big shoulder to shoulder, going now after the head of Ray Jones. What is going on, Sam? Welcome to the show. Oh, you didn't But look at Angel, eats it right back up, throws him back in the center of the ring. Raymond waiting for him in the ring. Will this be the tide that needed to be turned? And a huge body block, 1, 2. And somehow Jacob Fatu, gas tank on knee, able to kick out in 2. And waiting too long, but now a big right hand stops Jacob right in his tracks. Jacob still, though, fighting through, trying to get back over to his corner, gets Solo tagged in, gets him tagged in. Ray gets back to his feet. You could tell he knew Solo was coming, but just couldn't do anything to stop it. Jakai pounding on the mat, trying to get the ancestry of wolves to give some amount of energy back to Raymond. And it looks like it may have just worked. Raymond, though, still trying to fight to get to Angel, unable to get to him, however. And Solo back in control. But Angel gets him right there. But again, here we go. If he hits it, you gotta believe it's gonna be over. Samoan spike. 1, 2, 3, and Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa will retain the Universal Tag Team titles.
Your winners, and still the Universal World Tag Team Champions, Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, the
So able to battle back, make it 4-1, and at the very least make sure that they retain at least one set of the tag team titles. What is going on? Mojo Jojo, welcome to the show. Now, it comes down to this time of night, again, a double main event. The women's Universal World title belt on the line and the men's Universal World title belt on the line. Shyanne Davis being called upon tonight by the TCW commissioner to go back and get the belt that she made famous. Will she be able to do it here with the support of the TCW Women's World Champion on her side?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal Women's World Championship.
Yeah, but you look at it overall, Ray, like it's still a really good night for the TCW. We can't win them all. That is for sure. So Melinda G making her way down to the ring with Shyanne Davis. And again, we talk about the belt that has been made famous by Shyanne. You know, when we went in to season 1, or to season 5 with the WCW, Shyanne Davis won that belt, or Shyanne won that belt, and then held on to the belt for a very, very long time. Ended up defending the title belt 9 times, and up to that point, only Ozzy had ever defended it 1 time. Then Witcher ends up beating her. Witcher defends the belt 2 times. Now Liv Morgan has defended the belt 1 time, but can Shyanne come in and get the belt back for the TCW? But Liv Morgan, again, ends up going out, beating the Witcher, and then continuing to dominate in the Universal Women's World Division. And look, at the end of the day, I don't think she was given much of a chance to win. Like, nobody believed she was going to be winning the title belt. Then she goes out, beats Witcher, and also beats Melinda. So is that why Melinda is down here right now, kind of giving Shyanne some pointers against Liv Morgan? Shyanne never facing Liv Morgan, but is going to face her here tonight.
Introducing the challenger from Jefferson City, Missouri, Shyanne. And her opponent, from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, the Universal Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan.
Yeah, this is a TWO world. We're just living in it, you know what I mean? It's funny, we talk about some of the things that are going to be possible. Hold on.
Champion, Liv Morgan.
There are things in life. Well, you saw what a great match. I wish we could have had some commentary going on during that, but we had some other very good stuff happening on the reverse end of it. But 'tis what it is, and now it's all that it is. But that leads us to our final match of the night. The WWE now 4-2, able to retain, and look, they're retaining some of the bigger titles that are out there, which is quite amazing. Can we find a way? Can Jay Savage find a way to end the show on a high and beat Stone Cold Steve Austin? He has tried one time already, unable to do it, but can he do it here right now?
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal World Heavyweight Championship.
So we have seen Totes McGotes tonight, very successful, but because of Jay Savage, we saw Jay Savage play an absolute intricate part in that. All I've ever got to do is start streaming, and all the people that I've been trying to get to call me will then call me during that time. Had I not been streaming, never would have called. But look at the brand new, newly designed Universal World Championship title belt. You can see the female belt, the women's title looks the same, but the men's the new redesigned look. And Stone Cold bringing it down right now. Stone Cold having defended this belt on multiple different occasions. Has a chance right now to tie for the lead. He's tied with Sting right now, but Roman Reigns and Bret Hart have both defended the title belt a record 4 times. Steve Austin is at number 3. This could be number 4, or will it be Jay Savage's first Universal World title victory?
Introducing the challenger from Tacoma, Washington, weighing in at 269 pounds, Jay Savage. And his opponent from Victoria, Texas, weighing in at 252 pounds, the Universal World Heavyweight Champion, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be, Michael. Oh. Part of the problem is there's a huge storm going on right now. So people are calling, move your truck, do this, do that. I'm very thankful for him, but look at the state of this. These guys going back and forth, Totes right there, trying to do thing. And look, Savage has got enough hair on his head for all 3 of us, you know what I mean? Obviously, Stone Cold and Totes, neither one of them hair on their head, but Stone Cold has got enough, or Jay Savage got enough for all of us. Jay Savage getting on the more technical side here, getting the thing, and will he be able to put the triple butterfly to use? But right now, Jay Savage doing an amazing job playing his own game. Doing an amazing job putting Stone Cold in a position to where it is more about the technical aspect of wrestling and not just brute strength, just brawling, just whatever. Jay Savage trying to make sure that he slows it down. But Stone Cold showing you like, hey, he's got a little bit of it himself. And then there is the brute strength of Stone Cold that we just got done talking about. Now picking up Savage, but Savage able to continue to fight through it. And you know, if you're just joining us, you would look at this match and be like, oh, well, Savage obviously going to be the one because he's bigger. And he does have that, but he's got a lot of lucha, a lot of technical wrestling inside, a lot of that knowledge, and that is what has been so successful so far in this season. But you got to be careful. Like, he's staying in control up for the most part, but there's a reason Steve Austin is called the Texas Rattlesnake. He can get you out of nowhere. We still, though, at the end of the day, really looking, trying to make sure and see, can Jay Savage take that step? Can he beat one of the most iconic wrestlers? You know, when you look, it's Steve Austin and The Undertaker. You got the Shawn Michaels, you got the Triple H's, even The Rock. You can throw The Rock in there too. You got the John Cena's, but really it's Steve Austin, The Rock, and The Undertaker. Those are like the guys. Can he beat that caliber, that level of wrestler? Nice. Glad you guys found a new mechanic. Now hooking the leg, 2, 3, and we have a brand new Universal World Champion.
Here is your winner, and new, the Universal World Heavyweight Champion, Jay Savage.
Jay Savage wrestling Stone Cold a few months ago, and now getting that shot here to do it again. Obviously taking the scouting that he did inside the ring, able to come away, able to win the Universal World Champion and bring it back to the TCW. So guys, that is going to do it. Before I get any more phone calls, for the love of God, that is going to do it for us here at the Totes McGotes Network. So from all of us here to all of you out there, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. We will not be having any shows, at least tomorrow. And then, of course, Iffy and Sped probably out of the loop too for a little bit. But really appreciate everything you guys do. Sorry it went down that way today. I wish it hadn't. We saw some really great matches. I was really looking forward. Didn't want it, obviously, as Frankie Two Fingers, but I didn't want it to go down with Shyanne losing. But was really looking forward to seeing that match. But glad we got to see Jay Savage come away with his very first Universal World title. So from all of us here to all of you out there, have a great weekend. Show each other some grace. Be the leaders that you need to be in your community. And we will catch all of you guys in the next one. Peace.